like how do they use a certain fruit? How does it make it like how is a fruit like where it is? Like how to just basically how to use it. And there's also some people who are just not the best at PvP and they kind of want to have more of an understanding of the game and stuff like that. So we're gonna be looking through each three of my tier lists. We're going to be moving stuff if I need it, and it's not going to be just a strictly PvP tier list. It's also going to take into account the ability to farm and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a strictly PvP tier list, just watch the respective tier lists for each of these categories. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna start from the bottom up. So first we have Venom. Venom for farming, not that great, but since I personally feel like it has a decent raid, so we're gonna bump it up a bit. Shadow. Shadow has a good raid, good farming. Um, and the way you want to play Venom, it's pretty hard, but you're just basically gonna have to have good aim. Um, the abilities are pretty wonky. You don't want to go into your demon form. It just makes you a big hitbox, and you don't really get. I mean, you do get like your abilities do more damage, but it's not really worth because they can become so big and it's already so hard to hit. So I just wouldn't go into my demon form at all. For Shadow, if you're gonna fight somebody, you're usually just gonna want to use your teleport a lot. You're not gonna use anything other than like really your teleport, um, your stun. If somebody does mess up and they go on the ground, you can use your serpent, but that's only like if your stuff is down. I don't know. They're probably not gonna be on the ground for that long, or like in one spot. It's gonna be pretty hard to aim. Yeah, but usually like if you're gonna go shadow, if you like just like shadow, then what I would recommend is to kind of do what a lot of people do with love, and you just level up everything but your fruit. So basically, like if you stun them, then they like most likely die if you catch them out or if you get close to them. Next, paw. Paw's gonna stay where it is because it's not good for PvP raids or farming. Ice, same thing for ice. Um, light. I guess light is decent for farming. Doesn't really have. I mean, it has good travel. Yeah. I don't know. Doesn't have like any PvP though. Yeah, it's not like Venom is like great at raids either. So I guess I'll kind of keep it down. All right. Next we have Magma. Oh yeah. By the way, another thing about Shadow. Shadow is really good for farming. Really good for farming. What you do, you find a quest. You kind of just sit there. You spam C, which is your Shadow clones, and then you like keep on accepting the quest, and you can watch like YouTube, like whatever you wanna do. Like if you're in online class, something like that, you can just like have it on like kind of like the side, and then you just like do that like that, which I personally did. I watch YouTube, and once you're like level 2000 something, there's a quest on Fishman Island. I forgot the name, but I think it's like 2250. And if you do that quest, then you should be able to just like I didn't even level up in second C. That's where I leveled up Fishman Island. Yeah, but that's enough. I'm wasting some time here. But next is Magma. Magma, yeah, it's good for raids. So good for raids, good for farming. So I'll put it at B. Um, dark raids, farming. I guess it's I guess it's kind of good at both. Yeah, yeah. Next, let's see. Baraccio is really good at raids because I mean, I think it's a glitch right now, but you just don't take any damage when you're raiding, so that's really good. Spino is good for raiding. Sand is just gonna stay here, 'cause he's not particularly good at raiding or farming. Um, oh, I forgot all about these. Shoot. Well, whatever. They just stay where they are. Um, I don't know if you guys want me to explain like this. I don't want to waste too much time going on every single one because I do have two other ones to review. So we're just gonna go for we're just gonna keep on going. Where was I? All right, so I think I was at Flame. So Flame, um, I don't think it goes up. I think it just stays here. Oh, that's Aloe. Yeah. Either way, the same thing applies. Spino, man, I don't know if I should put it up to A. I mean, the raid is good, but uh, I, I, I don't know. I'll just put it at the top of B. Gravity, I think it's probably gonna stay. I guess the raid is pretty nice. If I'm gonna put it that there, then I should put that there. Mm. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like sitting on raids too much, or kind of like basing this too much off a raid. Um, yeah, I would just kind of say this is kind of more lenient towards like a all-rounded like fruit, I guess. So like, don't like go out like just begging for Spino if you're just gonna be a PvP player. Keep that in mind. String, I think that it's kind of the same for raids. Doe, really good for raids. Kind of all over the place. I need to make sure that I go in order. All right, so Quake. Um, it's pretty good for raids. Yeah, it's alright. Maybe I should just keep it there. Farming, not that great, not that crazy. Yeah, let me see. Farming for gravity is not that good. That has to be awakened as well. Is the same thing for Spino? I don't know. I'll just keep it down here for now because I'm kind of confused to be honest. Dragon, really good farming. Um, really annoying. Love. Love is pretty versatile, good for raiding. Also, it's also just fun because you can do like a lot of stuff with it. Like you could do like a bunch of builds. Next, OP. People say like I saw a video and somebody was saying like it's good for raids, and I don't know. I don't really see it. Farming. I guess farming could be pretty good. It could be pretty decent. You kind of want to like when you play OP, you kind of want to play around like you just grab their heart and then go you grab their heart and then you make sure that you like do some damage to them so they just die instantly. Spino, you kind of want to manage like how many time you spend in like your extra Spino farm. You kind of want to just turn in to Spino and then like use your abilities and then instantly switch out, because if you just sit in there, which I see a lot of people do, they just sit in their Spino form while their abilities are on cooldown and they're basically just a big hitbox and they lose because of that, because you can keep a lot of distance from like a lot of these fruits against a Spino player, then it'll just be a bigger hitbox, which is really bad for them. Same thing applies for Ala and Baraccio. You just want to use your abilities then get out. Magma, you're gonna always want to look for your ultimate ability, your Magma Rin. For Dark, you can't use Buso Hockey, or you're not gonna be able to use like arguably your strongest ability, which is your Rocks. Does so much damage, so much burst. With Gravity, you're you you can keep range, but you also can get close up. You're usually just gonna want to use two abilities, which is gonna be your X and Z. So just keep that in mind. Like your X is on a very short cooldown and it does quite a bit of damage. With Flame, you're always gonna be looking for your barrage. If you can get your barrage off, then you should win a fight. Sand, um, with sand, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into sand. Like I'm gonna only talk about like how to use like kind of the better fruits. Because I kind of want to discourage like you using this. Like I understand like like if some people want to play it, but like honestly there's not really like stuff to talk about for these. Like there's not really like tips or tricks that I can think about like for these. um yeah, there's like nothing really that comes to mind. With Quake, you're gonna want to kind of just make sure that you spam your wave. You could get really close to your opponent, make sure that you take away their kin before you go in with your shockwave. You're gonna want to do that. Keep in mind that your one of your abilities, like the one that like has like the three like formations in the ground, um, that it only like hits on the ground. So just make sure to not use that really in PvP like at all. It's really slow, and people are usually in the air. When you went over OP with love, you're always gonna want to be looking for your stun. You also should spam your one. Like it's on a very short cooldown, and like if you don't even have to have your cursor on them, you just have to have it around them, um, and it will hit them. Like it's not gonna, even if they have kin up, you're still gonna take one away, and that's like good. Like it's basically just free damage, free poke. Yeah, just keep that in mind. You can do a bunch of builds with love. Like I was talking about it in my sword video, and I'll go over it again once I get to sword and fighting style. Not my sword video, when I was talking about my fighting style video. Yeah, but there's a lot of things you could do with love. Um, yeah, but basically just go for your stun. Um, you could try to be close up, but I don't really recommend it. Kind of just want to keep your distance. If you're leveling fruit, then you want to kind of keep your distance and stuff like that. Dragon, it's honestly just a fruit for babies. Like, or yeah, like I was just literally in a game and there was a dragon with Nightblade and How Hockey, and I killed him like 3 times, and he would come back and then come back and then come back, and then I eventually died. And when I did die, he just sent me a smile face emoji, like GG, like. And honestly, this is why the game is kind of just getting stale and bad. But I'll go over that at the end. I'll do like kind of a conclusive thing. String. Uh, you kind of want to just swing around. You have a lot of mobility, so make sure that you always are like swinging around. You swing around. You use your heat shot or your C, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, like make sure that you use your twins when you attack. It does so much more damage. It's really good. Yeah, you kind of want to just use your swing, your barrage, your twin, and also your shot ability. You could honestly just use all your abilities, but I'm just saying like those are the abilities that you're mostly gonna use. For Gum Gum, you kind of want to just use your flight a lot. You want to fly up and then use your sword. If you're stuck with Saber, this might be a good for you. Like if you can't really like get like one of the better fruits, and then just go for Gum Gum. It's pretty nice. Like if you have Gear Fourth, you can just fly around with Saber, and you could just sit right on top of them and then use it. It's really good. It goes for any sword really, but personally, I remember when I had Saber and I had Gum, that's what I would used to do, and I would get a lot of kills. Next, we have Doe. Doe, for PvP, you wanna um, use your barrage a lot. There's been a lot of people with aimbot in the game. I'm pretty sure it's because they're on the Xbox, and I honestly just don't even know like what was going through like the developers' heads. Like, oh, like they're using controller while giving them aimbot. Like, um, like I know like the same thing happened. Like the same thing is like in Fortnite. Like I don't. I haven't played the game for a while, like probably like a year or something, a few years. But like aim assist was a thing for controllers, and controller just became better. I was personally a controller player, but at the end of the day, like it was like one was giving it a given an advantage that is just stupid, honestly. Um, in my opinion, I think that like just giving it flat out aimbot for a barrage, like that's just garbage. Like there's a three no there's two doe users and a dragon with how hockey and nightblade literally chasing me in second C. Like it's just not fun whatsoever. Snow, you want to make sure that you try to just kind of spam your snowball, your rain. Actually no, you want to spam your snowball, but make sure that you use your rain when you know that they can't like escape it. Or I guess you could kind of spam, but sometimes maybe you want to be more careful when you use your rain. Like use it more wisely. Like when you see that they use other movement abilities and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you're always using your tornado when you can. And also you want to kind of keep your distance as well. With Rumble, this is the fruit that I use. Um, you wanna. It depends on who you're going against. Like you could be really aggressive with somebody, or you could kind of play more passive. Like if you're going against a snow user, a love user, anybody who that can catch you out, like with a stun, or put you in a position you don't want to be, then you want to make sure that you watch your teleport. Although it's on a short cooldown, still, people can catch you out when it is on cooldown, so be very careful on that. Also, you're gonna want to make sure that you're trying to hit your Ethor midair. It's really good, really good. Uh, don't use shift lock a lot with this fruit unless, um, like, um, I've started to try to use it with my one and my two. And by the way, when I'm saying like one and two, like three and four, like I'm going like up. Like so Z is 1 and X is 2 and like so like that. I'm going like that. Um yeah, but your Ethor, yeah, you want to try to hit that in midair a lot. And what you can do if you don't have the best aim, maybe you're a bit laggy, what you can do is you could get like if you know the range of it, you could get a certain distance away from them and then like use it. So like you'll basically have a better chance because um I don't know how to really explain it, but like basically like if you shoot something it'll go max range, right? But if so like if you try to aim at somebody who's not max distance and you miss, then it's gonna go max distance. But if they're already max distance, then you're gonna have a better chance. Like if you get what I'm trying to say here. But that's enough from the fruit tier list. It did change a bit. I bumped up kind of like a bit. So let's go to sword tier list here. Gonna take a while to load. I don't have the best PC. Sorry about that. Oh, there's actually some stuff I didn't do. What? Oh, maybe it's just a glitch. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, you're not really using swords for farming, so I'm kind of just gonna like say like what you should use, like what you should do like with the certain sword for PvP. So in PvP with Euro, you're gonna basically all your like both of your abilities are really good. With every sword, I'll just say that then actually. So with Euro, like if you feel like you can't really get close or you don't want to get close, it's perfectly fine. You can just keep on using your slash ability. It's really useful. Keep your distance. If you feel like somebody's like pressuring you, you could just like kind of back away. You know, spam your ability, your two, and don't be afraid to use it when they don't have, when they still have Ken, by the way, because it does have a pretty short cooldown. So a lot of times I'll just use it just cause. Um, Next, Enma, you can like move around when you use it. When you use your one, which is like your AoE thing. Um, I don't know how you do it. It's just like a glitch, but like you can teleport with it. I know that. Um, that's cool. You can do it with Nightblade, but it's better with Enma, cause like Enma's like AoE lasts longer. So that. So kind of with both of these, you kind of can it's kind of like more aggressive, but also I guess it can have some kind of defensive, um, you know, like abilities. You can use it kind of defensively. With Shanks, it's purely offensive. Like if you're using Shanks sword, then you just want to always go in because you don't really have like something that will poke them while you're running. So that's the hence, like I'm saying, like with Gum Gear Fourth, you're gonna want to use your flight to them, and then use your um, X ability or your two. With Mom Blade, it's kind of the same as Nightblade and Shank Sword. It kind of has. Oh wait, actually no, it's not. It's kind of aggressive because it's close range. Its ability is pretty. I don't think that is pretty. I don't think that is consistent in PvP. It's like weird. Its projectile is pretty weird. I've never used Mom Blade, but Xmas Sword, it has a projectile, but it moves pretty slowly. So I don't know if you can really say that you can play kind of passive with it. But yeah, triple katana, you wanna be really aggressive with it. Usually you can play passive with it. Any fruit with any weapon with a projectile, you can kind of play a bit passive. Next, these just really shouldn't even be used in PvP, in my opinion. I'll just say that this is the new Kaido Mace. Um, you can maybe you can use it all right if you have like snow. Maybe you could spam its abilities. It's pretty short cooldown. The damage is all right, but yeah. Um, yeah, that's all for this thing. Oh yeah, also this poll thing. Um, sorry, I have allergies, but the poll. You kind of want to play. You could play kind of passive, I guess. You could play passive aggressive. Either way, should be fine. Um, any fruit, any fruit really works for all of these. Um, you're probably gonna want to use the new Kaido Mace with like a fruit that has Kentred, so you can actually, because the sword itself doesn't have Kentred. So yeah, but with or like with pull, you can like use like something that you need, like like a hard hitting ability, like let's say like magma. Like you're gonna want to use a rain, but you're gonna have to take their away their can, and magma doesn't have like a Kentred, so you're gonna want to probably use pull. That would be pretty good for you. If you don't already have like one of these swords. But yeah, like these swords are like good with any fruit. All these swords are good with really any fruit, or at least decent. Alright, next we're gonna go to fighting style. And sorry for not really uploading. I've been going to in class school again. Um, I'm enjoying life as well. Yeah, pretty chill. Uh, Also the game's kind of getting bad for me, and I'll explain that in a bit. Um, so for this, Electro, you could use Electro with Love or Shadow. Either one probably would be decent because like if you want to do like a build around it, like where you level up your melee, your sword, and your health, and kind of leave your fruit out. But that's only if you're using like a useless fruit, really. That's kind of just a setup. Um, yeah, but you could do that. I'm actually leveling up. I was leveling up a account to just have electro fighting style and like have that kind of build. Uh, yeah, but you could test it out. There's a reset code. I don't know if it still works. Like maybe you could test it out a bit, see how you feel about it. You know. Next is what's that? Black leg. Black leg. It's not really. I don't personally think that it's PvP. Really for PvP, but yeah, maybe you can make it work. Um, Also, Electro has a lot of kin shred, like so much kin shred. Like all of its abilities except its dash, uh, like shreds kin. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's what makes it really good for, or pretty good for PvP. Um, if anything, this is like the best standalone um, fighting style for PvP. Um, Alright, so dragon, like if you just didn't have a fruit or sword, like this is what you would use. Next, Dragon's Claw. Dragon's Claw you're gonna want to use it's the same thing as Electro, kinda, except the fact that used alone, it's not the best. But if you take away their can with love and you stun them, you get up close, you use your sword, and you use like the AoE ability on this, it's pretty good. Um, for a water style, um, I guess you could kind of keep range. I guess that's kind of the only plus to it. Um, I would have to maybe I'll test out like water style again. Like I'll have to like test out like certain builds, and then maybe I'll make like an update video on fighting styles and stuff, and maybe I'll try to do the same thing with Big Mom's sword. I don't think I can ever get my hands on the Xmas sword. Um, yeah, but I'll try. Cyborg. Cyborg you kind of want to stay away from, but still, I mean, it's not that horrible. It has like a Kentred, the fire, I guess. Yeah, the rage is decent. You guys see that? What the heck? Yeah, but now, you guys can click off of the video. I've kind of been tired. It is 12:38. I'm getting pretty old, to be honest. But now I'm just gonna rant on the game, to be honest. So if you guys want to hear that, you could say. But um, so I'm a player who has a pretty sizable bounty. Um, right now I've been sitting around like 2.8, 2.7, 2.9. Uh, but I can never get to 3 million. Um, and right now I can't really even progress really, because what the game has kind of become, or at least in Second C, um, it's honestly just a garbage. Like like going against people, they either have aimbot, they are a dragon that runs away, there are people who team, there are people with conquerors hockey. Like it's just toxic, boring, and annoying to play the game. Um, I I don't know what the developer can really do at this point. I think that if anything, like if he's gonna fix the game, he would have to like kind of change the whole game. Um, he would have to like reduce like the damage for a lot of stuff. He would have to make the like movement like a lot different. I just don't know what he was thinking when, or what the developer team was thinking when they added how hockey into the game. Like it's just like kind of like just being greedy, wanting money. It's just so boring to like get into the game. Like, and once you come out of spawn, like you start fighting somebody, and then you'll just have like a dragon just pop how, and then a Soru right on you. So like it it'll like be very hard to react. It, and also with dragon, like you can move around and use how hockey. Like I just don't know, like from a developer standpoint, like how you could just like let these things like go by, and like I said, like aimbot. I don't know why aimbot like was ever even like go through somebody's head like a barrage as an aimbot. Like what sense does that even make? Like Doe does so much damage, and the reason why it's not like it's the same thing with Dragon, like old Dragon. Like Dragon like really wasn't like that great of a fruit, but because they don't know how to make a game properly, like you can move when you're using Dragon, and you can use your Dragon Breath. Like the whole like thing about Dragon, why it wasn't like just the best fruit, is because you couldn't just move all around. But when there was like when you were able to while you're using your abilities, it just was stupid. And like more and more people are um like getting how like dude, this guy had dragon how hockey conquerors hockey, um and then he had nightblade. Like he just final just spent as much as he could on the game. Just had like the most, that is like literally like in my eyes like just such a toxic um like build to go. It's boring, it's annoying. If you have a bounty, then good luck playing the game. You might as well just make a new account, um, which is just pretty aggravating if you ask me. Um, I guess you could argue, oh well, if you have a high bounty, obviously you're gonna be chased, but it's not even just that. It's like when I get chased, it's not it's not just by people who are just like playing with like what the game normally gives you. You know, it's like with people, um, or I guess like I'm kind of guilty because I do use Nightblade, which you have to pay for. But Nightblade does not give you the advantage of such as like aimbot and a 10 seconds like AoE stun and being able to go to space. It's just honestly just it's probably just a disconnect from the developer and the players. Like they probably just do not play their game at all, or at least to a decent level to actually understand like, hey, this is annoying. Hey, this is boring. Like look at these fruits. Like let me see. The only fruits that I would say like just would be good in PvP, honestly, is just Rumble, Snow, Doe if you have aimbot, um, maybe String. Like that's really it. Like I mean, I guess drag. I guess like just these fruits. I would say that these fruits, and then the like 7 fruits out of like 30 fruits in the game, and and those are like the only ones that are like usable in PvP. Like I guess you can say, oh yeah, well obviously second C is competitive. Like you're gonna have to use the best of the best, but you can't even call it competitive because it's such a joke. Like there's just so many like tools, like outside tools, that give you um a benefit in PvP that's just unfair to other players. Whenever I have my bounty, um like and somebody asks us to PvP, like and I tell them that I don't have Conqueror's Hockey, they just are in disbelief because the people like if you want to get a higher bounty, then you're gonna have to pay for like to for conquerors, honky, stuff like that. You're going to have to like sell yourself to the game to play like or like actually like get a bounty. And bounty doesn't really have worth, but it's the only thing in the game. The map is garbage. It has like literally nothing to offer like at all. Um, the quests are trash. They're just do it, level up. There's nothing really there. Like it's just like stuff staying at the top literally forever. There's nothing new that comes out that's like, oh wow, like this is like the new good thing. This is cool. The only thing that has like popped up like that um is what do you call it? Blackleg, but nothing else. I guess like gravity is another I guess decent example, but it takes so much to just awaken gravity. Like I spent like 115 gems just to spend for gravity in the first place, and and then I eventually got it. And I have like all of it except the for the flying one, and gravity isn't even that good. Like it's not even worth all that time and gems for something that's not even that great. Uh, but yeah, like also snow. I don't. I, I just don't get like a lot of things in this game. Like snow takes zero skill, but it's like really good for some reason. Like you could take away somebody's kin, um, as like mobility. Like snow just literally has everything that you would want in a fruit: range, mobility, and kin shred. I just don't know like, and also for dragon, like you could just go to space. There's things with fruits that just make it stupid. And with OP, like I just hate how it's so inconsistent. Like if anything, it just should be removed from the game in general. Like I don't know why it's in the game. If it actually is good, then it's stupid. And if it's not, like if it's just like glitching, then it's just a waste. Like a lot, I don't know. Like I can't even like put into words like kind of my frustration with the game because I really liked the game. It was really fun, but I just find myself like just being ticked off at the end of the day when I'm playing this game, and I'll walk out of spawn and just get attacked by like a howl user, a dragon user, an aimbot. Like it's just boring, annoying, and it's getting pretty old. They don't add anything that is fun to the game. Um, maybe if they do, then I'll come back to the game. But personally, I kind of want to start playing like different, better games, like probably like Your Bizarre Adventure, a game that actually takes like a decent amount of skill or a good amount of skill, I would say, actually. But for this game, there's not really a skill cap. Like I don't see the game really takes skill other than I guess like if you're using let's see, maybe string because you have to actually aim your string shot. I'm pretty sure it has a pretty big AoE though. With rumble, you have to hit your ether midair, and your two of your abilities are very like small. Doe, Doe, I think that Doe probably does take some skill because you have to, or like at least when I played it, it just like kind of like annoyed my fingers to be honest. Yeah, but there's not really like fruits in the game that really take skill. So this game is basically, I just don't even know what direction they could go in. Like I could say like maybe like the only thing that could really save this game or make it more fun is if they just added like a 1v1 ranked thing. Like that would be cool to see. Like I don't know why bounty like literally like, just does nothing. Why even have bounty if it just does nothing? Like if you get on the leaderboard, oh my god, it says beware of this guy who joined. Like all right, cool. Like who cares at the end of the day? Like I just this game has been out for like years. I'm pretty sure, like 2 years, maybe a year now. I mean, if it's just been out for just a year, then I guess I could cut it some slack. But I'm pretty sure it came out in like 2019, maybe. Could be wrong on that, so I'm not 100% sure. But either way, like even if it's just been out for a year, it like it still just means that I personally just don't really enjoy it. And kind of I've just been extending this. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but kind of just to conclude the game, it's pay to win, aimbot, and the fruits are just stupidly annoying, and you just get ganged on a lot, like a lot. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Um, if you ask questions, if you do like suggestions on King Piece, I'll do it. Except really gameplay, you're probably just gonna see me frustrated. Uh, Also, it's laggy, and I just don't really have motivation for the game really at all. Um, yeah, but if you guys have like other games or requests, like maybe I could do that. Try to record that maybe. Um, I don't have the best PC, so gameplay might not even be something that's possible. But if you guys recommend games, I could play them and try to do a tier list on it. Um, yeah, but also, um, before I started playing Roblox again, I was like kind of a grandmaster in Smite. I don't know if you guys know that game at all, but it's basically like a MOBA. Um, and I was pretty good at the game, and I've taken like a lot of breaks from the game, but I'm started to play it a bit. So if you guys are interested in like more of my content, maybe I could post that because I play it on PlayStation and recording for that is not a problem. Uh, so yeah, like if you guys want more content from me, suggest like other Roblox games, or maybe I'll play Smite or other PlayStation games. Um, Thank you for the people who have stayed this far. If you have, that's really surprising. Thank you for the people who have subscribed, liked. I really do appreciate you guys. Sorry for being kind of inactive on the game or my YouTube channel in general. Yeah, but if you kind of are frustrated with the game as well, make sure to like tell me like what you think that the game should improve on, what annoys you, um, and like tell me about your experience, because I have quite a few experiences in the game where it's just been like pretty annoying. Um, but yeah, that's all I really had to say. Hope all of you have a good day or good night. Um, yeah. Also, thank you to